My name is Timothy Brittain-Catlin and I'm the Director of Studies in Architecture and Design at Gonville and Caius College. Our Design Tripos is a new course, and we put it together in order to make the most of those whose skills lie somewhere between the design and the history of buildings on the one hand and the construction of buildings on the other. We know that there are plenty of people out there who want to join us in building a course which gives you the opportunity to spread your thought across a whole range of different subjects that have in common the built environment and the designed environment. The great thing about studying architecture or design at Cambridge is that these are very varied courses with a whole variety of different activities. You'll spend most of your time working on design projects with the support of a design fellow who will guide you through, together with the rest of your group, as you work your way through challenging design projects which form the centerpiece of your presentations at the end of every term. But we also supplement this with lectures in the history and theory of architecture, in structures, in environmental design, which is of course increasingly important for everything that we do, and the history and theory of architecture. I'd like to say a few words of advice for anyone thinking of applying. What we'd like to see is a portfolio of some of your most interesting work. And of course, we're particularly interested in a focus on buildings, whether they are drawings, or whether they are photographs, or whether it's a historical study that you've made. What's important to us is to see that you are already developing a relationship with the built world. Let me add a tip to this. For us, it's much more interesting to talk to you about unusual buildings or about lesser known ones than it is about some of the great monuments, because these give you an opportunity to show that you have yourself researched the history of a building and have thought a bit about why this might interest you. When you come to an interview, we'll talk to you for anything between half an hour and 40 minutes about the kind of interests that you have and the work that you've done, but we'd love to see your drawings. If you can bring models, that's also an advantage. Another thing that I would suggest is that you read a bit so that you get a sense of how professional writers talk about their subjects. If you're studying design with us at Cambridge, you have a kind of double career opening in front of you, both as an architect and as an engineer, because the design course looks not only at how to make a building, what the history of buildings are, and what it is that links famous buildings across history, but also what helps them stand up and what buildings have in common with other aspects of the design world. For example, furniture design or fittings or any kind of apparatus that requires the aesthetic sensibility of someone with an architectural training. There is a very strong overlap between architectural design and engineering and construction design. If your own personal interest is more towards the technical, then it's very likely that it's our design course that will interest you most. So come and join us and be part of an extremely exciting new development in the Department of Architecture. So